Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just sitting here having a little snacky snack, and I wanted to sit down and just have a little chat with you all. And it's been on my mind to talk about mom shaming. Now, I have experienced this. I'm pretty sure if you're a mother or you know a mother, you know someone who's been mom shamed. Maybe you have been the one who has shamed another mother. And I actually got to thinking about this because not only of my own experiences, but another YouTuber here on this platform named AmandaMuse, and I absolutely love her channel. I will leave the link down below to her video about mom shaming. And I just wanted to chat with you all about the topic and why it's important to not shame, especially mothers, because we do a lot and we go through a lot. I have my laptop here just so we can move this right along and I don't get sidetracked or go off on a tangent, because I can be pretty passionate about things that I care about. And so anyway, I looked up some mom shaming trends that need to stop. And some of these I have experienced, and others I'm pretty sure you all have as well. Breastfeeding. Now, we all know breastfeeding is great. It's nourishment for the baby. However, if you have children who have been breastfed and you have children who have not been breastfed, 9 times out of 10, both of those children are well taken care of, very smart, and have loving parents. And at the end of the day, I feel like those are some important things that should matter. And there's a lot of reasons why women don't breastfeed. Now, I have been doing so for 10 months now, and it's a struggle. In the beginning, I kept saying, Lord, if I can get through the first 30 days, then I can get through a year. I told myself I was gonna nurse for a year, and I am 2 months shy of that year, and I plan on cutting my child off on his first birthday. So there you have it. But yeah, I mean, breastfeeding is great. Some women maybe have had surgery done to their breast, whether it be elective or medically needed. Some women may not be producing. And then some of the things I experienced with both of my children are cracked nipples. Getting out of the shower and your nipples are hurting as soon as the air touches them. A baby who wants to nurse every hour and a half. In the beginning, I was nursing 12 to 13 times a day. All those things are challenging. Am I glad that I stuck with it? And fast forward, here we are 10 months later and we're doing well. Yes, I am. However, it is what it is. Whether you breastfeed, whether you don't breastfeed, either way, the baby is being fed. And at the end of the day, I believe that fed is best. That brings me to my next point of organic snacks. I can definitely laugh at myself because I have 2 kids, and I remember being that first time parent and really just doing the most. And I won't say doing the most is what I wanted to do at the time, but second time around, there's a lot of things I'm not doing. I'm not grabbing an entire bag of apples to make applesauce from scratch, and that one bag of apples is only going to yield me 2, maybe 3 servings, and then I have to do the process all over again, when I could just buy the applesauce that's already made. My son is 5 and my oldest one is 5, and to be honest with you, he's just not feeling the organic snacks. I've tried organic, organic fruit snacks. I've tried organic goldfish. They're not the brand goldfish, but they're something similar. And he was just not with it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, organic, non-organic, you definitely want to be mindful of certain ingredients. If your child has allergies or something just doesn't sit well with their digestive system, then yes, that's a whole different story. But at the end of the day, if I go into the grocery store, and in all honesty, keeping things real, because that's who I am, if money is tight and I want to buy some produce for my children and I'm able to afford more of the non-organic than the organic, then you know what? That's what I'm going to buy. Working moms versus stay-at-home moms. Now, I've been both. I am 29. Actually, I'll be 29 this year. And I've been married 7 years this year. So my husband and I got married young, according to some people. And I was 22 at the time when I was getting married. I was also finishing college at that time. And a few months after I got married, we got pregnant. So during that time, I was working, I was going to school. And upon graduation and upon having our first blessing, we decided that I would stay at home and my husband would work full time. Now, I've been at home for 5 years, going on 6, and within that time frame, I have contributed to the household. I maintain the house. The house is still standing and the children are still alive when my husband comes home for work. Also, I have contributed financially. Just because a woman does not clock in at a traditional 9 to 5 does not mean that she's not contributing. And even if you aren't bringing in money and you are just staying home, raising children is important. They are the future, okay? And nobody wants to deal with your bratty little bastards, okay? So yes, if the mom can stay at home and rear the children, or if the dad wants to stay at home and rear the children, fine. I think whatever works for a person's household is what works for their household. And I'm not exactly sure why other people are so invested in what goes on in the next person's home. What works for my house is not going to work for you, and vice versa. And that's just what it is. Now that I've addressed some of the things that people do to mothers in terms of mom shaming, I also want to address why I believe some of these things are being done. I feel as though when individuals are unhappy or unsatisfied, or they're struggling in certain areas of their life, they rather nitpick at other people instead of analyzing their own situation. So a lot of times I think if a mom is shaming another mom, it could be because that mom herself is maybe struggling with breastfeeding and is feeling guilty and sees another mom who is using formula and decides like, I'm struggling, why aren't you struggling? That kind of thing. Or maybe a mom is at home, she decided to stay home with her children, and while her husband goes out and works, and she's feeling guilty about that. Maybe she's feeling as though she's a new mom, and being at home and being a wife and a mother is all consuming, and she misses getting up, going out into the workforce on a daily, and maybe she's struggling with that, and so she is lashing out on other women. And not to say that that's an excuse, but I understand, because I have been there. Like I said, I've been home with my children going on 6 years, and I feel like with anything in life, there are pros and there are cons. There are pros to being a mother and working outside of the home. there are cons to that as well, and there are pros to staying home with your children, and there are cons to that as well. There are times where I feel like all I am is a mother and a wife, but I know that is not the case. I am young, I am educated, I have a lot to offer, I bring a lot to the table. That is one of the reasons why my husband sought me out. I'm just saying. But I just want to speak directly to moms, whether you are a new mom or a veteran mother. Have a little more grace and mercy for yourself as well as other mothers. You don't know what the next woman is going through. And yeah, I think it's important to lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. And also to grow thicker skin. You definitely have to have thicker skin, especially when you have children, because not only are you fighting for yourself, but you're also fighting for your children and their well-being. And so at the end of the day, try not to allow every little thing to upset you or make you sad. I honestly and truly feel that we ourselves are in control of our emotions. Yes, people can do different things and say different things, but I also believe that if you're having a good day, it's because you decided that when the good Lord woke you up that morning that you were gonna have a good day. And if you're having a bad day and somebody said something that made you upset, or you allowed yourself to be upset, because nobody can do anything. People only do what you allow them to. And so if someone says something to you or does something and you decide that you want to have a bad attitude for the rest of the day, then you decided that. And so with that being said, I am going to wrap it up here, and I just want to send extra love and kisses to all of my mommies out there, and just know that we're all in this together, and I definitely feel your pain at times. Bye guys, have a good day.